Good evening everyone and welcome to Gundam News. It's been a while, but we've gotten some more news about the live-action Gundam movie. After years of planning, the movie has finally begun production in Queensland, Australia. And we also got some of the first, actual details about the story of the movie, rather than a generic, we're gonna make it about Gundam. The movie will take place seemingly in its own universe, and in this universe, the war between Earth and the colonies has been raging on for decades, so it's like a longer one-year war basically. As Netflix describes it, the focus of the story will be on two mobile suit pilots who are on opposite sides of the conflict. But shifting allegiances and a growing threat sets them on a collision course for one another. They're pulled into a high-stakes race across the stars that could define the fate of humanity. With awe-inspiring battles, intimate human emotion, and an epic cinematic scale, this is Gundam like you've seen it before. I wonder if that last bit was a typo, because usually you would say, this is Gundam like you've never seen it before. Or maybe they're trying to appease the fans, as in, don't worry, this is exactly gonna be Gundam like you know it. We're not gonna do anything crazy, it's just Gundam as you know it. And, the story does sound familiar. It's like the 08th MS team, but now on a grander scale, and in live action. As for our confirmed cast then, the two leads will be Sydney Sweeney and Noah Centineo. And the rest is Jackson White, Shioli Kutsuna, Nonso Anozi, Michael Mando, Javon Wana Walton, Alexander Rudinsky, Ida Brooke, Gemma Chua Tran, and Jason Isaacs. So, yeah, unsurprisingly, people have been talking a lot about these castings. Moving on to the more important stuff then, the second lineup of Gundam Super Define has been announced, which is basically the SD version of Gundam Artifact. They're small but super detailed kits, and they're molded in a pale orange color reminiscent of a resin kit. Plus, they also come with a random metallic sticker. The kits go for 550 yen each, $3.50, with the lineup consisting of the new Gundam, the Sazabi, the Superior Dragon, a Zakuto High Mobility type, and a Kempfer. And for those last two, there are some things that I want to mention. The Zakuto High Mobility type comes with the choice between a Commander Antenna or a normal head, and the choice between a Zaku Machine Gun and a Giant Bazooka. And the Kempfer looks like it has foreshortening on its shotguns, with the one in the front looking bigger than the one in the back, and it makes it look really dynamic. And the thing is, I don't think we've ever really seen this on a Gundam model kit. I know that they've done it a few times with Sword Strike and Sword Impulse action figures, but I can't immediately think of a Gundam model kit where they used foreshortening. As for the stickers, there's 12 different ones to collect, featuring the 5 mobile suits we have as model kits, the Suijoge Double Zeta Gundam, Strike Freedom Gundam, Prototype Ashimar TR3 Kahar, Gundam Epion, Barzam, Gundam X, and Jomru Finn. A very interesting collection of mobile suits featuring both some very famous ones and some very obscure ones. Less new then is the high-grade The Gundam Base Limited Zai Gundam and Penelope Funnel Missile Effect Set. It's releasing on the 25th for 2,530 yen, 16 US, and it is basically exactly what you think it is. They took the funnel missiles and effect parts from the 2021 set, which came with a Zai Gundam and Penelope included, and now simply released it as a standalone set, which is limited to the Gundam Base. Not too bad though, if you want to give your Cersei version Zai Gundam some cool effect parts. One thing to keep in mind though is that this new Gundam base set only comes with one set of effect parts, intended to be used with one model kit, whereas the 2021 set came with 2 of these effect part sets included, hence the price difference. Meanwhile, on the gaming front then, in Gundam Battle Operation 2 for the PlayStation, the Gengauzo has joined the fray, while on Steam the Gun Blaster has become available. In UC Engage, there is a featured unit assembly for the UR Judo Ashita and its UR Double Zeta Gundam Hyper Giga Cannon version, and in SD Gundam G Generation Eternal, they're once again celebrating reaching #1 on the sales charts in certain areas. Once again giving everyone 3,000 diamonds. Also, Master League Season 11 has begun. And we also got some Gundam Extreme Versus news, but rather than being about the game itself, it's about a gachapon related to the game, which is releasing in late July. One spin will set you back 400 yen, $2.50, and there are 3 prize classes you can win. The C prize is one of 8 acrylic stands featuring a key visual from the Extreme Versus series. The B prize is one of 4 swing cases featuring some really cool Extreme Versus 2 Infinite Boost art, and the A prize is one of 2 miniature Infinite Boost arcade cabinets. The cabinets themselves are the same, but the difference is what's on screen. And related to the gaming news, on April 20th, the latest Gundam Pachislot began operation. Gundam Unicorn Awakening Drive. Remember, it's not gambling, it's pachinko. There's also a promotional video, which I will have linked down below. In other news then, Gundam will be part of the Chayamachi Oshi Festival 2026 on June 20th and 21st, and on May 1st you can pull a Hathaway all-nighter in the Shinjuku Piccadilly Cinema. From midnight until 5:53 AM, they'll show Char's counterattack, Hathaway's flash, and the sorcery of Nymph Circe. They'll be shown one after another, with a 15-minute break in between, so you can go to the toilet and or get some more popcorn. And the craziest thing is that this costs you only 3,500 yen, or 22 US. Damn. Also, we got some more news for the Gundam and JR collaboration. Starting on the 29th, certain New Days communis in the Niigata and Shonai areas will be selling a set of 3 clear files. The set goes for 1,320 yen, 8 US, and features the collaboration art made for Camille, for Amuro, Lala, Judo, Hamon, Hathaway, Gigi, Char, and Quest. Plus, they announced that they'll be selling collaboration food in certain stores, but more information on this will follow soon. It is planned to be implemented from May 13th until June 9th. As for the things you could get this week then, we started on the 18th with a restock of the Metal Robot Spirits Barbs Loops Rex, an impressive figure of an equally impressive Gundam, with of course an equally impressive price tag, 19,800 yen, 124 US. Included with this figure are 2 different lengths of wire for the tail, a giant mace, an action base, extra support arms for that action base, the eye effect parts, piled bunkers on the feet, and movable sub-arms on the regular arms. Plus, it's also got some really good articulation and the highest ratio of die-cast parts thanks to its Gundam frame. So again, quite the figure. Next up on the 20th, it was all about the gachapons. For 500 yen a spin, 3 US, there was the MS Mechanical Bust 9 Destiny Gundam Spec 2. There's 3 different sets to collect, and these should sound very familiar by now. There's an armor set with the regular colors of the Destiny Gundam Spec 2, a mechanical clear armor set, and an inner frame set, which also comes with a light-up unit. So you will need at least 2 sets to get a full Destiny Gundam Spec 2 bust. Emphasis on at least 2. For 600 yen a spin then, $3.50, you could get a large size Machibouke figure. The series of adorable little SD mobile suits in the fetal position, waiting for when it's finally time to launch. But these large size figures are about 1.5 times bigger than the standard ones, and are of course also slightly more expensive. Included in the lineup is the regular RX-78-2, an RX-78-2 with SD eyes, a standard Zaku 2, and a black Tristar's custom Zaku 2 high mobility type. And one day later, you could again hit up the arcades for this Gundam Seed Freedom Glitter and Glamours Lunamaria Hawke Racing version prize figure. It's an energetic looking Lunamaria with sci-fi sport glasses and a race queen-esque outfit that has clearly been inspired by her Zaft uniform. What I love the most about this figure though is that it's another Lunamaria figure that's like labeled as Gundam Seed Freedom, but it is very clear that her design is much closer to her Gundam Seed Destiny design. Because, you know, the Freedom design has a few things that people had issues with. Next up in late April, there were these Gundam Wing Mochi mascots for 900 yen a piece, 6 US, and the Gundam Guys Generation Zeta Gundam Quattro Vageena limited reissue edition. The price has now gone up to 19,800 yen, 124 US, but other than that, everything still seems to be the same as with the original version. We've got a really good looking Quattro with two faces, well, two face options and two right arm options. There's a face with and without sunglasses and a right arm that's either on his hips or holding the sunglasses. So technically, you could have him both wearing his sunglasses and holding his sunglasses, because underneath the sunglasses are just more sunglasses. And finally, just today, we got another restock. The Gundam 45th Anniversary X Hatsune Miku Genki Haro Speaker, Miku version. This is a prize item that was originally released in August of last year, and as the name indicates, it is both a cool display piece and a speaker, which can be connected to your computer or your smartphone, although it's not listed exactly how it does. Like, I'm assuming Bluetooth, but again, it's not listed. What is listed is that the ears can open up, the eyes slide up, and by opening its mouth, you turn it into a speaker. For this week's reading material then, there was the May issue of Grand Jump Mucha, in which Gundam Rust Horizon is being serialized, and we got the fourth and final volume of SD Gundam The Comedy Warriors. This new edition combines both the old 5th and 6th volume, as well as previously uncompiled short stories, and even a brand new chapter. Also, pre-orders just went live for the July issue of Smart, a men's fashion magazine. For 1,790 yen, 11 US, you're not just getting the magazine, but also a messenger bag with a reflective print of the Zai Gundam. And to be specific, it is the line art done for the high-grade Zai Gundam. For this week's apparel news then, Strike G kicked things off with a new Strike G arms collection. For 7,480 yen, 47 US, you can get a t-shirt in Londo Bell White, Char's Counterattack Omro Black, Mafty Blue, or Zeon Khaki. Or for 13,200 yen, 83 US, you can get a shirt in Londo Bell Beige, Mafty Black, Neo Zeon Khaki, or Zeon Moss Green, all of which will be hitting physical Strike G stores on the 18th. And also releasing on that day is the Mascot Robo Haro Chocolate Crunch set, which I think is the first time Strike G has released something edible. For 2,200 yen, 14 US, you'll get a pouch with a Haro embroidered on it and 8 pieces of individually wrapped chocolate crunches. Releasing on May 16th then are these 950 caps made in collaboration with New Era. They go for 6,600 yen each, 41 US, and you can get them in Mafty Black, Char Black, and Zeon Khaki. Or for something a bit fancier, you can go for this online limited The Sorcery of Nymph Circe jewelry, made in collaboration with The Kiss. For 18,700 yen, 117 US, there's a silver necklace featuring the Mafty logo, and for 16,500 yen, 103 US, you can get a silver ring styled after either Hathaway or Gigi. Hathaway's ring is silver with a blue gem, Gigi's ring is golden with a green gem, and both of them have the name of their respective character engraved on the inside. Banquet, meanwhile, gave us a little black Tri-Stars collection. Slated for a June release, you can get Gaia, Ortega, and Mash, as a group, on a standard acrylic stand for 1,430 yen, 9 US, a big acrylic stand for 2,970 yen, 19 US, or on the back of a t-shirt for 4,400 yen, 28 US. And on the front of that t-shirt is their famous black Tri-Stars logo. And they just announced a similar lineup for Fuunsaki. Also releasing in June, you can get Fuunsaki on a t-shirt for 4,400 yen, 28 US, an acrylic stand for 1,650 yen, 10 US, and an acrylic keychain for 1,100 yen, 7 US. And what's extra cool about the Fuunsaki stuff is that it has its name written in gold foil, making it feel that little bit extra when compared to other acrylic stuff. Next up from Cospa, they've got a limited edition Oe the Mess Team 2026 model Aloha shirt. I think this is only going to be available through their website, and the shirt has a really cool jungle design on it with the Ground Gundam, Easy 8 and Hover Truck hidden throughout. It's slated for an early August release and can be yours for 14,080 yen, 88 US. And finally, Sunstar Bungu announced yet another Char custom fountain pen. I feel like it hasn't been that long since I last talked about a Char custom pen, but this premium Bandai limited pen can be yours in October for 22,000 yen, 138 US. It also comes with an ink pot and a fancy case to store everything. May the glory of victory be yours indeed. And that has been all for this week's Gundam news. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam news.